have it surgical.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Rando Convo.
Oh
What's
my
going
God,
on, bro?
These intros actually are timeless.
What's going on, bro? You got to keep it different every week. You got to.
We
You
are
got to. Different
diversifying.
vibes. Every week is a different vibe.
We are diversifying our portfolios.
How is everybody doing this week? I hope y'all had a chill week. If you didn't, then that's why you're listening to us. You know what I'm saying? Chill your week out a little bit.
Interesting. Okay.
I think you gotta because some people are having good weeks. Some people really are not having a good week.
This one for the bad weeks, yeah.
This one for the bad vibes. You know?
This one for the bad vibes.
So
speaking
of bad vibes.
Word.
Speaking of bad vibes.
You want to go straight into it like this?
So before we get into our rando thoughts, I
didn't know what I was gonna be.
If you are a video listener, you see this. If you're an audio listener, you cannot see that there is an empty spot right here.
Word.
There's an empty spot. Yeah. It's an empty spot right here. It's an empty mic, So I was going to buy this mic regardless. So I didn't buy this mic specifically for the guests we're supposed to have. I was going to buy it regardless because I'm doing some freelance stuff. But I bought the mic, and the first project that was going to be used with the mic was going to be for our third guest. He has not shown up.
We haven't heard from him, actually.
We haven't heard from him at all. So if something is going on, you know what I'm saying, prayers out.
This would age poorly, actually.
It would age poorly. So we're putting that disclaimer right now. If something's happened,
Until we hear from Ian, you feel me? Judgment reserved. But just know, Ian, if we hear from you, it's all smoke.
We brought some things for you, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I had some beats. Nana had some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You asked me to bring the things I brought.
I'm saying. It was supposed to be a chill vibe, but instead it was a bad vibe.
Ian, just know we're not sneak dissing. That's just for the record.
No, this is a little opposite of a sneak diss. This is opposite. This is...
Cover that your head, boy.
You know what I'm saying? This is some friendly banter.
Nah, for real though, Ian, if I don't hear from you, delete my number.
I'm saying, we need explanation.
But that's how we starting the episode.
That's how we starting the episode. We need it out. We need it out.
All right, now that we got the negative energy.
But there was a blessing in disguise with this, in that we planned the episode a little differently. We weren't going to have our typical, topic format going into our, other stuff. We're not going to do that this week. We might get back to it next week. We'll see how this goes. So how we're going to do it is we're going to start off with what we've been watching.
With our random thoughts. That's what we're going to start off with.
I mean, that's a given. We're always going to start with the random thoughts. That will never change, ever. We're going to start after that with what we've been watching, what we've been reading, what we've been playing, all that. We're going to go into that.
We still haven't got a title for this segment.
We'll get it.
What do you mean we'll get it, Nick?
We'll get it.
We should really think about this.
We will. We'll think about it. That's why we'll get it.
No one likes Media of the Week, apparently.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is, Nick.
Media of the Week.
What the fuck you been watching this week, nigga?
So
honestly, that could be the title. What the fuck you been watching this week? And then we understand it's we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. That's a working title.
That's a working title.
Or work in progress. So
what going on?
But we're gonna start off with that. After that, we're going to go into top 5. And then we'll wrap it up from there. But we'll make everything a little, there's going to be a little more substantial things to talk about in these topics per se. So,
good job giving the detail informal.
Of course. The public service announcement. PSA.
Maybe we should have surprised them. Either way, let's start off with our rando thoughts. You want to go first? I'll go first. I'm going first.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
You already know the vibes, good people. On everything.
If you don't, you better.
Damn. I was going to bring a ski mask, but I couldn't find my good ski mask, so y'all got lucky. And we disappointed. No cap.
That's the random thought?
No.
Okay.
I had to
I was like, damn, did you have that before? you knew?
That would be some pretty detailed shit. But the rando thought is, leave a comment. I see y'all listening. We got the views. We got the plays. Leave the comments. Say something. Say hello, how your day is. Something.
Somebody likes that Azalea Banks video.
Hey, bro.
Somebody likes
a comment. Please.
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 That's it.
That's my
the
favorite
random
Rando thought. That's
Hey,
my favorite.
You selfish, Nick. I put my soul into some of these.
You know how good that Rando thought is?
Nick,
That's my Rando thought too. That's my Rando thought too. Leave a comment, leave a like, hit the bell. That is our Rando thought. Now look, we're not all for this self promotion shit. You know what I'm saying?
This is
we'll always bring y'all facts. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you fuck with it, you listen to it, you know what I'm saying? This is going to help the channel grow a little bit. Allows us to do different things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was able to upgrade some of my equipment. Not from this, but just based on my life, you know what I'm saying? Just upgrade my equipment. If you like this and want to see this grow in any way, like,
you got to help.
We're not asking for money, like, nothing like that. We're asking just for...
You would think.
We're just asking for a thumbs up, like we're doing a good job.
Hey, bro, the likes, the comments, they all appreciate it.
They matter. And the people who have done it, appreciate it. Views, we appreciate it. We're just asking if you watch this and you enjoy this, you know, fuck with us. That's all we're asking.
Me and Nick do not agree on a lot of shit. So we have the same random thought. You can obviously see that we care. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
So, you know, from me, care back. That's all we want. Just a little care. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
All right. Where we going into, Nick?
Are you singing? What you been listening to, nigga?
If you're not hip, I don't know when you are going to be listening to this, what the timeline is. We still have no Donda. Will we ever get Donda? Lord knows. There's still some time in August.
2024.
I'm saying there's still some time in August. Who knows? We might not get that shit at all. Who knows?
I mean, you see what Mike Dean was posting and shit?
About some tweets?
Yeah, he tweeted some like negative shit about, you know, the process of working on that shit and everything. And he deleted them.
Tweet right after. Don't take these tweets so seriously.
I'm like,
I'm
not taking it seriously per se. I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
Hey, bro, it's part of the Donda process.
This don't look like, you know, everything's on the like
cohesive
unit.
No, that Kanye dead, bro. This nigga's about that drama. That
mixing
action.
is all about being like coherent and stuff. So I'm like, are we talking like this is probably a couple months? Like, we not getting this at the end of the year? Oh, fuck it then. You know what I'm saying? It'll come when it comes. I'm not like anticipating it anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I put out the energy for August, so I still got my lookouts for August. But Lord knows, like literally, Lord knows.
I mean, shit. We're halfway through it.
I know what we is. We in a timeline. We are moving though. August is moving at a steady pace, not like July. July came and went.
If we get it, we get it. But
look,
I am now in the process of my mind's trained to. We're probably not getting this till like November.
Damn, that's the timeline. Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed and my head high. But at this time listening, we have not heard Donda. Not a single song, not a snippet. So we're still waiting on that. But what have we actually been listening to? Now that's
what's been tangible. What's been mixed and mastered already.
Well, I mean, Donda technically, we'll leave that where it is. No, I guess we'll start this off. How I was planning to listen to. Hold on, SOB RBE dropped the tape. Still getting it. I'm a fan of SOB RBE. You feel me? I think they make good music.
Those are the ones were produced by Hit Boy, right?
No.
That's not them?
I mean, not all their music is produced by Hit Boy, but they have a tape produced by Hit Boy.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's
I knew Hit Boy was associated with them. I'm pretty sure Hit Boy brought them up, right?
They're on the Black Panther album.
They are.
I think that's before their Hit Boy collab. So that's when I first heard of them.
I'm going to fact check that.
SOB.
I know he's on Black Panther. Yeah. They were on Black Panther. I just want to see if Hit Boy, like, you know.
I don't know the story behind that, but you go ahead, fact check that. While you're doing that, they dropped a tape called Still Gangin'. I'm a fan of their music. Ever since I heard them on that, I forget the name of the song now, but they had Kendrick, SOB RBE, hell of a song on a Black Panther joint. I've been listening to music ever since. And, yeah, they dropped a tape called Still Gangin'. I was planning on listening to it, but I couldn't find it in the streets I was looking for. So I had to move on to another project. So while I was looking for another project to run into, I discovered that Designer dropped an EP.
I hated.
Now,
you did.
I am not Designer's biggest fan. To be honest, I don't even really listen to Designer.
Are you a fan?
Not really. Honestly, when he first came out and had the Panda shit, I thought the song got overhyped for no reason. He just sounded like Future. And then Kanye went and made it his own little thing when he threw it into Father Stretch My Hands Part 2.
That's the superior version of that song.
Sure, whatever you want to call it. Either way.
It's like a little Kanye remix.
And now Kanye don't even really make music with Old Boy no more, but the Designer's doing his thing. He apparently dropped the EP called 3 the Hard Way. I gave it a listen. I was not disappointed. I'll say that I was not it from what I expect from designer was not bad.
See,
Honestly,
that's the thing though. Where was the expectations for it?
they're not high,
Right.
not high, but it made me go, all right, designer, not bad, and that's about it. Just 3 tracks, nothing too special. What I actually ended up listening to, dun 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 dun, was I said I was gonna try to listen to this artist more, and I actually did. Rio, the young OG, he's a Michigan artist. My man makes my type of music, not too serious, high energy. The beats is banging, and yeah, that's my type of artist. If you're not hip, some shit I can bump in the whip.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped a tape with RMC Mike. I've heard RMC Mike, but I don't listen to RMC Mike. But they dropped a collab tape, and I'll be off rips. The tape's called Dumb and Dumber 3, which I didn't know there was a first two.
That's good.
But
that's good.
their chemistry, probably some of the best rap chemistry I've heard in a while. In terms of like they're straight, I think it's like 16 tracks, and it's just them two, no features, just them two. And I some songs you get tired of, if that makes sense. Like after it didn't have to be 16 tracks to tell you that, but they'll make you laugh. Like I say, don't take them too seriously. They got good bars, and shout outs to Michigan rap. I feel like Michigan rap's on the come up in this last since the pandemic on everything. I've just heard just way more Michigan rappers. So
Thanks had time to think about some lyrics.
hey, bro, shout outs to Michigan rap. But shit has been dropping this week. Before I forget, Young Nudie dropped Rich Shooter. Did we talk about this last episode?
Mm-mm.
No, Rich Shooter.
That's why I haven't heard it.
It's another Nudie tape. I'm kind of convinced he'll never have a tape as good as Nudie Land, because that truly has some of my favorite Nudie songs.
The one after that I thought was better.
Not Nudie Land, best Nudie tape for me. But we can do a discussion point on this later. But
later, yeah.
Yeah, just another Nudie tape, man. If I'm being honest, it's got some bangers. Some songs go down to the phone. Some songs I might never hear again. So I mean, it is what it is. But anytime Nudie drop, it's a good musical weekend. That's just how I seen it. But besides that, I didn't really listen to anything. K Camp dropped the tape. Didn't hear it. YNW Melly dropped the tape. Also didn't hear it, but I'm very, very interested to know how we let this man drop a tape from prison.
It wasn't us. It was the label.
I mean, wow, that's impressive.
My thing is, how much music does this man have recorded? I feel like this is the second tape since he's been in jail.
I didn't know that. But what's his...
Look, I'm not a fan of his. He has certain songs that I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I think he has like maybe 5 total songs.
I don't listen to... I think off rips, whether he did it, whether he didn't do it, that's not on anyone here. You feel me? I don't know how you feel about YNW Melly. If you listen to it, maybe you murder him, maybe not. I'm gonna let the justice system do what it do.
Here's the thing about him though. Like I'm not, obviously what you said is true.
Yeah.
I don't think any other rapper who like I've heard who's like been accused of anything like this has a song that literally chronicles them killing their best friend. Like the song chronicles this.
Somebody's
I'm like,
out there.
Whoa. It's like when I saw the charge, I was like, oh no. You know, like that's not good to have that song out there. That's his best song.
You need inspiration from somewhere. That's all I'm saying.
And look, it could have been a whole made up story. I'm not saying it's not, but god damn, that's a really good story. That song is compelling. It's like you literally feel him like he's like harmonizing, and he died in my arms. So I'm like, whoa. And then you literally get not convicted, accused of killing your best friend. It's like, ooh.
He did.
It's not a good look. I can't pretend that that's a good look.
Didn't do that too well. I'll give him that one.
It's a great song. It's one of my favorite songs.
I don't listen to YNW Melly, but yeah, I didn't know he dropped the first tape out of prison. But him and 06 Greedo might be the only motherfuckers that understand. Like,
that was 03.
03 Greedo. Thank you for correcting that. I really was thinking hard about his name too. But 03 Greedo, them niggas probably the hardest working motherfuckers in jail. But
the label is working hard for
hey, bro, prison niggas gotta put in that work.
They're not doing shit.
They recorded hella music.
What is he doing? Like, what is he doing in jail?
Flexing with shoes.
My man is walking to the lunch line. Walking to the cell. Going to the library.
Shout out to YNW Melly.
Shout out to you because you have some good songs.
Shout out to that's not the reason for me. But releasing the tape out of prison with hella features too, by the way. I mean, hella features. I didn't even listen to it. I seen it and I was like, wow.
I'm surprised he haven't met any of them. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the label just, like, yo, like, we've invested so much money in this man. We need to, if he's in jail forever, we need to get our investment back now. I feel like that is, like, when you're saying you're impressed, I'm like, Don't be impressed by this nigga. He's not doing anything. It's literally impossible for him to do anything.
These songs
This is the label.
These songs are more likely pre-recorded.
All of them are all pre-recorded verses.
But
they might not have even had those same beats.
This man set up the workings to let this album be dropped. So I'm gonna give credit where credit's due.
I want to shout out the mixers and masters of the album. I want to shout out the guests on the album. I want to shout out the label. They did a really good job. I listened to it too. They did a good job composing this album out of what I assume are verses and ideas that he recorded. You know?
I definitely hear that part.
It's like, I don't think he did anything. Like anything. What could he do?
Hey, bro.
What are you doing? You going to the jail cell? You're going to the jail and he's giving you like the song structure and stuff.
Laid the groundwork to make this album possible.
Provided the resources
ahead
of time.
Credit's due.
Ahead of time. Credit. It's his work. Credit where credit's due. I hope he didn't commit that murder. I really do hope.
There's a lot of hope going on, Nick.
If he did, fuck him.
All right. Well, next topic. Besides next topic. Pierre dropped a tape with Chavo called Chavo's World 2. I'm on the fence about listening to it. A rapper that I've been finna listen to. I haven't even really heard him. I think somebody more suggested it. Chino Capin dropped a tape called Ladders. Finna listen to. Hope to listen to. We'll see what happens. Suicide Boy dropped the project. Didn't hear it. And that's pretty much it for what I had noticed. And we're hoping for things to drop. I am on the lookout for James Blake's new project.
Me too.
Can't wait.
Good. That's gonna be really good.
And not wait on everything. But y'all know the vibes. That's pretty much what we've been listening to. Go ahead, Nick. It's all you.
So I just listened to the Suicide Boys tape today.
That was on the mission for today, huh?
It was it was one of the things I was like, might as well. It's dropped today. Something I can talk about. So I listened to this tape. I'm a fairly sizable fan of Suicide Boys. I haven't listened to everything they've dropped, but what I've heard, I fuck with, and I'll bump on my workout playlist and stuff. This was a pretty good album. Lyrically, they've actually elevated to a place where I consider them actual rappers as opposed to this punk hybrid rappers. You know what I'm saying? They actually had some bars on here. They actually had some deep songs on here, stuff where they're actually rapping, which I wasn't expecting because I don't really hear that. I know they've had songs give or take here or there where they've done it, not for for multiple songs on a project. So I really like those. Obviously, they had their Suicide Boys, you know what I'm saying? Punk trap shit. Fuck with it. Great listen. I recommend you listen to it on speakers.
Gotcha.
That album's beats are hard as fuck.
Not for headphones, huh?
You can listen to my headphones. You have a good time, but you listen to it on speakers, you might lose yourself. So fuck with that. That was a great one. I'd say 4 out of 5. Pretty good project. Another 4 out of 5 was Big Crit's project.
Big Crit dropped the project.
He dropped the project. It is called A Style Not Quite Free.
Did not notice it.
It's a pretty... and I would say, I'm a pretty size... I really fuck with Big Crit. I fuck with Big Crit since, 2010. I fuck with Big Crit for a long time. This man is only... I don't think he's ever dropped a bad project. He's dropped projects that are a little forgettable.
He's been making music forever. I definitely hear that.
So
I can't call myself a Big Crit fan.
I feel you.
I won't pretend.
He's kind of changed his style because he used to just rap on kind of those Southern Outcast type beats. I'd say real soulful beats, and then he'd have the random A-Ball MJG type beat where he rap on too. And he's changed his style to kind of just either soulful trap or hard as shit, Southern trap. So he's kind of changed his style a lot.
Grown with the times.
For sure. I think most rappers have. It's interesting to see him do it because he stuck with that original sound for such a long time. But now he's fully adapted it. He has other people making his beats too. He used to just make his own beats. That's all he did.
That's always a mixed experience for me when rappers are also happen to be their own producer.
Yeah, and it's interesting because he tried to make those trap beats and it just wasn't sounding the greatest, and so he's now started leaning on other producers. I'm sure he's gotten better as well. Gotcha. I think he produced some stuff on here. It's a good listen. It's 13 tracks, 30 minutes.
That's a good size for a tape. 13 tracks. 12, 13. I think it's a good number. 14. Honestly, I think it's the max.
If you like Big Crit, you're not gonna be disappointed. If you never heard of Big Crit, because that's a lot of people. If you haven't heard of Big Crit, play some of the higher stream songs, in terms of numbers, because those are the trap joints. Pretty good trap songs. Even if you are not, you don't know Big Crit.
If you
Pretty
had to
good introduction.
suggest one Big Crit project to dive into to get into Big Crit, what would it be?
That's a hard question.
Hey, bro, I'm asking hard
Because
questions.
are you asking like
one project? If
like,
someone
because
said
my favorite project is not going to be the
one
same
project,
thing.
Nick, to get into Big Crit, what would it be?
I would say Forever is a Mighty Long Time.
All right.
That's a pretty good, pretty approachable album.
Gotcha.
You know, there's a lot of songs you can get into. You know,
A little bit of everything.
He has
That's
all his styles like on display on that album.
Gotcha.
It's not my favorite, but it's up there. So highly recommend that one. Highly recommend you listen to this project as well. Style is not. Ooh, it's a weird title.
Hey, bro.
It's a weird title.
At least you didn't call him 06.
A style not quite free.
Here we go.
I had to text you this. I was like, I feel like I haven't heard Drum in a long time.
This is true. Well, because he's no longer even drawn.
Right, he's Shelly. Is that how you say it?
I believe that's how you say it. I'm not going to sit here and promise.
I'm going to be honest. When I heard the new project, I think it's just called Shelly FKA Drum.
It's literally a self-titled project because when he's changing his name to Shelly, so now he's going by Shelly, formerly known as Drum, FKA, obviously. And then the project is self-titled, so Shelly FKA Drum.
I love that project, man. Like, I was listening to it. I'm like, dang, bro. I'm like, I wish I had heard this earlier. I think it only came out in like April. I'm like, damn, I wish I had knew this came out.
It was a good listen.
And when I looked at the streaming numbers, I'm like, damn, it looks like a lot of people didn't know it came out. Which,
I don't pay attention to numbers. But
it's just like, for me, like, I feel like Drum, like 2016, I feel like Drum had a lot of hype. Like, and I looked at his streaming numbers from like when his first album dropped.
Yeah.
It was a really popular project.
If we're talking about the Cha-Cha era, look.
It was a little after Cha-Cha. Like,
after
100% Drum. Like, that era Drum.
I got you.
And that had Broccoli and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had some hype around him.
He was getting radio plays, all that. Yeah,
I feel like his management. If you change your name, you change your name. You're an artist. You're inspired by like Shelly. Cool.
My man's was going through something because the gap he took off. I mean, obviously everyone's entitled to do what their time is, but like it was like the primest time for him to take off as an artist, and he kind of just disappeared.
No features.
Yeah, it just came back as Shelly.
But I gotta honestly say, this album is a lot better. It's 100% better than 100% Drum. Like I like that project.
I think Drum's first project is his best. But continue.
Which one is that? Caretaker's not on there. Caretaker's on.
Yeah, the original Caretaker.
The original one? Okay. Isn't the original one also on the Chance project?
No, that's
Surf?
That's the Surf's version, if you will. Number one, Epic Summer. This is, to my knowledge, his debut tape. Or no, number one Epic EP is the title of it. There we go. I cannot find the official. There we go. Drum, number one,
is
Epic
it on,
Summer.
Like, streaming or is it on like?
I don't know where it is, bro. I got this from the streets.
Well, yeah, it's not on there. Yeah, that I think I heard that a long time ago, but
a while ago.
But this shit,
13 tracks.
This shit though, like, this is a very, very good project. And
very cohesive too.
I'm sorry, it wasn't called 100% Drum. It's called Big Baby Drum. That's his first
there
song.
It is. Yeah, I thought
he has a song called 100% on here.
Yeah, there it is. You were saying the name, and I wasn't ringing a bell, but no, that definitely has some good tracks. I like I said, I think number one Epic Summer is his best project, and that's for me because he raps on it, and I love him as a rapper.
But as far as like an R&B project, like this, he's gotten way better to me. Like, but in this gap you're talking about, like probably something's going on, of course. But I think he's also gotten a lot better just as a musician. This one just had a vibe to it that I wasn't expecting. And shouts out to you. I wish the more people knew this thing came out because I'm a big Drum fan. I can't believe I didn't know it's dropped.
You should probably start calling him Shelly then.
But my thing is, his name is Shelly FKA Drum.
He's trying to let people smoothly transition into it, so at least you know where to go to.
That is not a way to do it.
Hey, bro, if he just starts calling him Shelly, you just gonna think Drum fucked around and died.
You know what's fucked up? I put Drum in there and it came up. So that's, I'm not the only one.
Baby steps, man.
So Spotify was like, shit, if we just make it Shelly, then no one's gonna know, I'm like, there has to be a reason why the FKA still in there. If you can, that's like a half-ass change your name.
I think he's got to put
The
it.
drum is still in your name.
If he says he's just Shelly now, he's never gonna get found. Like you
Question.
said, niggas not gonna figure it out.
Question: Do niggas does the G Herbo need to put Little Herb in his name? Like
I'm not
FKA
expecting
Lil
no
Herb?
trap niggas to have no FKA in their name, bro. That's on everything.
I'm
But
just saying, like, it doesn't make marketing sense
I
because
think-
you're trying to get away from the name, but the name is still in your name.
Drum's fan base isn't the biggest. Like a lot of people know. People know about Drum, but I think like the people that like diehard Drum fans, not the craziest numbers. So I think for everyone who truly cares about his music to know where he's going in the direction as he is as an artist, it was important for him to let his fans know that, hey, I'm Shelly now, but I'm still here. This still me.
Just call
Going
yourself
this way.
Shelly.
Hey, bro, some niggas wouldn't have found him if he just said Shelly and didn't put FKA Drum. I promise you they wouldn't have. You didn't find him.
Yeah, because his name is all confusing now.
It's all confusing.
I feel like the album could have been named that. The album could have been named Shelly FKA Drum. I think not the name, not his name.
I think he's trying to become Shelly, so I think the album having a different name was probably best case.
I'll give you a question. When Goten and Trunks were doing the fusion,
Bro, if
like,
you don't tell me
were
something
they called?
else,
Were they called Gotenks, formerly known as Trunks? Like, no, like when you make a change,
doesn't even add up in the slightest.
no, when you change into a different person, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're changing yourself, just fully change yourself. Why are we doing this little in between shit? When does that apply?
It's a transition period before he drops it completely. I've seen this done before.
Like when you upgrade yourself, like when a Pokemon upgrades, it's
Nick,
not
these comparisons do not
No,
apply.
The Pokemon upgrade, it does apply.
These don't apply, Nick.
Like if you've upgraded from Drum to Shelly, like when Pichu evolves into Raichu,
It's
not the former Pokemon known as Pichu.
I'm not even tolerating this, Nick. This does not apply. This is rubbish. My man is trying to let the people know, here I am. I'm still here. I'm Drum. But I'm changing my name to Shelly. So just so you know, this is Drum.
Like his Twitter handle could be that, not your official name.
My man has changed his name as an artist, and he's trying to make sure everyone knows who he is at the same time.
Drum, I know you're not listening, but if you are,
I know you're not. You've put so many people into the tents that they're listening, but Shelly doesn't make the cut.
I'm saying I don't think he's listening, but if you are listening,
I hope you're listening, Shelly. I appreciate
Please, Shelly, change your name to Shelly, please.
It is Shelly, bro.
No, it's not. It's Shelly FKA Drum. That's the name.
If
they're selling a concert, it's gonna be that.
If his next project comes out, it's just Shelly. We be okay?
Yeah.
All right, that's all we gotta wait for then.
I support anybody changing their name, but shit.
Because he kind of half-assed it.
And that's my problem. It's not the fact that he changed his name.
It's letting the people know, bro. I'm Shelly now.
But not a name that you knew because no one bought the album. No one knew.
Hey,
I'm
bro,
like, bro.
I can't speak on the buying album part because I didn't do it.
Or stream. It's not like a heavily streamed album. Like, dang, bro. Maybe if your label had done a better job, like making sure everybody knew you were Shelly and not Drum.
He dropped his label.
No, I think he's still on his label. Pretty sure he's still on his label. I hope so. Anyways, that's what we've been listening to for the most part.
That's it. That's what you're starting off. You're ending on Shelly.
Yeah, 3.
Dang,
I got 3 things.
I
I don't listen to much. I make
more.
music, so I can't. I don't listen to much.
Oh, I have made the 9th installment of my slow and reverb tapes mixes. We're going for 10, and then we're gonna try to. I would have preferred this one, but
I was trying to press that one, and I messed up.
Either or. Shout out to anyone who didn't expect those sounds to get blasted in the air. But going for 10, and then we're gonna try to get these released.
We'll turn it down for you.
Yeah, trying to get to 10, and then we're gonna try to work on getting these released so I can get public opinion. But I'll let you know how this process goes, or I won't. We'll figure it out.
I have a slight correction. Is that album you're listening to from Drum legit? Because he has an album on streaming called Goddamn, which has all the songs you were talking about. So is that the same thing?
No, that just dropped later with a bunch of old tracks and new tracks mixed in.
So your one you were talking about
Number
came
one
out,
Epic Summer is, to my knowledge, Drum's debut project.
That's some like 2014 shit. I just want to get the Shelly discography straight. Let me see. I'm gonna look too.
September 19, 2014.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, cool. So that was probably something on DatPiff or some shit like that. Okay, that makes sense.
Find it on Cinderella.
Hey, don't say we don't fact check.
We definitely don't fact check.
We do. We want to.
Thank you. We have definitely let some lies go on here.
There's been some sort of fake news on here.
I'm not gonna sit here and not cap. Like, we have not done some capping.
But it's never been intentional fake news.
It's always capping with good intentions. Yeah.
There we go. It's never. No one's ever on here like being a dishonest actor. You know.
To our knowledge.
To our no. Well, one of us is a Benedict Arnold.
Nick, you were quote unquote a Fed.
A Fed's a good person, right? Supposed to be.
Depends on whose team you're on.
It's supposed to be.
Hey, bro, don't believe everything you hear.
What you been watching this week, though?
Fuck. Sports, and some more sports. You heard? All right. Before I get into like the real breakdown, Cyril Gane beat Derek Lewis. Not this past weekend, but following weekend before. Either way, timeline.
Pretty convincingly.
Absolutely dominated. I mean, Derek Lewis just looked outclassed. We could talk cardio.
He looked tired.
We could talk all of that.
I don't think he looked outclassed. He just looked tired.
Gane just looked like the clear better fighter, and that's how I'm taking it as. Derek Lewis, I expected more, I really did, but it is what it is, man. You still a real one. Never doubt a real one.
You will always be the gatekeeper to the number one contendership. That's your job. And that's not a bad thing. He's still a Hall of Famer.
1,000% you don't say this to his face.
Oh, of course not. Who said I would? I ain't say I would.
Hey,
shit.
bro, I'll leave this alone. But yeah, shout out to Cyril Gane.
I'll say it on a Zoom call.
Oh God. What a upgrade.
With the assurance that I'll never see him.
What a bold statement there. But yeah, Cyril Gane, you definitely, I don't think you deserve the interim heavyweight championship, but definitely a number one contender spot for sure.
I hope he doesn't see himself as a champion. You know
Hey,
what I'm
bro.
saying? I hope he sees himself as, I need to fight the champion.
Do what you need to do, but you gotta fight Ngannou soon. So yeah, do what you need to do. It's gonna be a hell of a fight for one person. I mean, for heavyweight division. But we getting out of MMA. Nothing really happened besides that fight, in my opinion. That was actually a good fight card though, but like nothing's sticking right now. But you know, we about to talk about soccer soon. Just I'm gonna sneak that in there. Preseason football started. Yay, preseason football. And shout out to my Patriots. Mac Jones look like he got a quick trigger. I'm excited. And
Hey, Nate.
I'm excited. I really am.
Or what is it? It's 17 games this year?
18 weeks, 17 games, yeah.
I think they're gonna go Patriots. Probably like
Hey,
9-8.
save it for the
9-8.
prediction records,
9-8.
bro. Save it for the predictions.
I'm saying, I feel like y'all got a good
We're
one.
not
I feel like
doing this right now.
All right, y'all got a good one.
Listen, we go talk about soccer later. Preseason football talked about. So you know we about to talk about anime. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We would talk about that anime. So, poof. Same schedule. If you for some reason thought I had to. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all now. I get into the new season. I line up what I'm gonna watch, and we start knocking them out week by week, day by day, however we can do it. So the two ones we're running kind of parallel, but they're not week by week. Is Samurai Champloo and Vivi, dubbed. Vivi's not the full title name, but I don't feel like saying the full title name. So if you know Vivi, you know Vivi. Watching it dubbed. The dub isn't finished, so I'm trying to time that right so I can just kill it off in 1 week. But kind of wish I would have watched the sub because it's getting interesting. But at the same time, they're robots, so it gets real monotone at times, and that can really get boring. But Samurai Champloo's cool. I think I like the intro more than I like the actual show.
The music and the intro are definitely better than the actual show.
That's kind of disappointing me.
Yeah, that's not a really crazy statement.
That's really disappointing me.
Do I fully agree with that? But I feel you. I am
definitely enjoying the intro more than I am enjoying the actual show.
It's like a really great intro.
And the outro is good too. Yeah. It really is, man. Like
that show is 60% music. But it has a good story, but it's 60%.
Look,
music,
I'm not even. I think I'm barely like 10 episodes in, so I still got some shit to watch. So, like, I'm gonna leave all judgment to the end.
It's a slow
burner,
man.
Fuck, man, that intro keeps me coming back. No cap. Yeah. So Champloo and Vivi things. Once I finish those, I hope to start Sunny Boy. So to anyone who fucks with Sunny Boy, I'm coming to the. I've heard good things. That's all I know. But on the I guess week by week vibes. My Hero dropped the movie, so they didn't drop an episode last week, but they dropped an episode yesterday.
Wait, it came out already?
My Hero dropped their movie. Yes, sir. The Hero's Mission, whatever.
I'll be looking for the streets.
Oh, Nick, you took the words out of my mouth.
I didn't know it already dropped.
They dropped last
because I saw the trailer for it and I was like, that looks like something pretty compelling.
They didn't air an episode last week, so it made me think, where does this movie line up on the timeline? But the show picked up where it left off, so I'm not too concerned. But movie is out. And we're gonna keep a lookout for it. We're hoping sooner than later, but who knows?
Next week, hopefully. Talk about it. because I'm gonna, as soon as we're done with this. Now I know that I'm
I'm
gonna, like,
hunting for the
yeah.
movie.
That movie, that trailer really did get me kind of excited. I'm like, that's a pretty good premise.
It looks like a good movie, either or. But
And the last movie was really good too.
I'm expecting good things. But new episode of My Hero dropped. Good watch. I'm excited for the next week's episode. I am truly excited. I seen a little preview. I am truly excited for next week's episode. Girlfriend. I mean, I'm really forgetting that this is a romance anime at times because it truly just be having me weak. But sometimes it hits you in the feels here and there. But so far so good. It's truly gonna be. I think when they talk about best anime of this current window this season, Girlfriend is gonna be up there. But that's just my 2 cents.
Fair enough.
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Did you ever start it?
I'm planning to. I have it, but I just haven't started.
I'm very interested to see what your opinions are. But
it's literally next.
Gotcha. I believe you.
Yeah.
Same vibes. There's nothing really changed with Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. But there's a story. I didn't really think there was a story, but there's a story. And that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Season 2, part 2. I think that's the only way I can really describe this. It's a sigh. I mean, I want it to be good. Sometimes there's fights and they're good, and sometimes I'm like, I don't know why I'm still watching this. I really don't. I mean, maybe someone's a big fan of that time I got reincarnated as slime.
You're better than me, bro.
I think it's
You're better than me,
hey,
bro. If there's something I'm like,
I want to see how it ends. That's truly what's compelling.
Like, I don't mind reading a manga week to week. That's kind of because that's literally like maybe 5 minutes of my time.
No, I'll watch.
You know what I'm saying? A whole 25 minutes. Ooh.
I want to see how the show has provided me. I think because it's a world building show, and it really caught me in the world building phase.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're kind of past that, and I'm like, what's next? Like, what's gonna happen next? And I keep asking that every episode. But that's pretty much what I have been going through in terms of just anime. No movies, no TV shows, just sports and anime. No cap. We're busy doing other things, but we're not gonna detail that. Not gonna do. But we're gonna get to talking about soccer. I'm gonna leave it right there. But go ahead, Nick. What you been on?
All right, so I'll start off with I went to the movies last week.
What a bold man.
So I went to go see this movie called The Green Knight.
Never heard of it.
It is it's like an old classic tale of one of King Arthur's knights.
Really never heard of it.
Which I thought it was going to be like an historical movie. This ended up being like a movie by the lines of like Hereditary or Midsummer, but takes place like in, King Arthur, historic time. It's a very weird movie. I really thought we were getting like an action filled, like those type of movies, like trying to think, like King Arthur, like Robin Hood, like those type of movies that take place in that time where it's like battles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This was not that. This was and I can't say it's bad.
Did you read the synopsis?
Yeah, and the synopsis didn't seem that weird. The synopsis was about a young prince of King Arthur's who sets off on a journey to fight the Green Knight. So when you read that, you're thinking it's going to be like he's going to be on an adventure to go to try to fight this knight. It's a very trippy movie.
Gotcha.
The movie makes you feel like you're high. You can go in there stone cold sober, drunk or whatever. Like, you go there stone cold sober, you're going to feel like you're intoxicated after the movie's over.
Is that much of a brain fuck, huh?
It's not even a brain fuck as much as it's just like random shit just happens. And it makes it, it's like a dark fairy tale. Mm-hmm. Like how the fairy tales are actually supposed to be. It kind of has, because fairy tales are not like, the bright, happy ending shit. Like fairy tales are, if you look at the original origins, like Hansel and Gretel, shit like that, those shits are dark as fuck. Mm-hmm. This feels more like that, a rated R version of that. So I was not expecting that. If I'd love to hear somebody's thoughts on whether they, seen it and what they think about it, because I didn't have a great time. But me and my stepmom, the person I went with, we were sitting there just like every time just looked at each other like whenever something would happen. So from that perspective, you're trying to look for some movie that's gonna like surprise you. There you go. It's probably one of the only movies in the theater. The other movie I saw, which is also in theaters, but I saw it at home, Suicide Squad.
the new one, which doesn't have a different title from the previous one.
It's called The Suicide Squad. The
Mm.
original is called just Suicide Squad. So don't like the marketing. The movie is sold horribly.
Surprises. There are
Nobody's surprised about
There
that.
are
It's
none.
rated R. It's rated R. It's one of the most. It's literally one of the most like violent movies I've ever seen in my life. It is violent. Like it's super violent. It's like it's so violent they start making fun of the violence that they're doing in the movie.
I'm just mad that they threw "the" in front of it and tried to call it a new title.
I'm saying but it has a great cast.
Word.
Idris Elba is basically the main character.
Didn't they just replace him with Will Smith?
You can make that case. It's a different character. It's not Deadshot. It's Bloodsport. It's an actual character in like comic books. So it's like, yeah, he's taking the Will Smith role essentially.
Is he the bootleg Deadshot?
Huh?
Is he the bootleg Deadshot?
He doesn't portray himself like that. It's more of a like he's just a scoundrel, and he's known for trying to shoot Superman with a Kryptonian bullet and put Superman in the ER. That's what he's known for in the comics, and that's what he did in this movie. They didn't show that. That's like his background type
Got
shit.
you.
So it's like Idris Elba is the main star. You have Harley Quinn doing Harley Quinn things, which I like. I've always liked Harley Quinn in these movies. I'm a big Harley Quinn fan. So
She was good in the first one.
she's been good. Like she had the last Birds of Prey movie. I thought she was good in that. So she was doing Harley Quinn things. I think this might be her best performances. This Harley Quinn, Margot
Word.
Robbie. Shouts out to her. Pete Davidson was in here. You had Sylvester Stallone as King Shark, which was great.
I'm sure that was funny.
There was a guy named Polka Dot Man. He was great. This movie is going to do horribly.
Like,
Like
that's not how you lead up to that.
it's no, because it's
not how you
already
lead up
done horribly. Like it
Gotcha.
cost like $180, $180 million.
The way
to
you
make.
transitioned into that was so poor. I thought you were going positive. You went positive, negative.
It's going negative. Then we're
You
edging back
definitely
up.
were on positive for a second. Never
I
mind.
was. We're going back and forth.
Continue.
We're going
Good
back and
God.
forth. So this is a movie that while it's not going to perform well, I think it's going to, once it's like people start watching on HBO Max, like sit with this movie, it's going to be a lot of people's favorite like comic book movie. It's like if Quentin Tarantino made a comic book movie. So I highly recommend it. Great watch.
We're still talking about Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So watch that if you haven't seen it. It's on HBO Max if you have that. Streets always got you.
What a statement.
Anime wise, I have been watching. I watched a little bit of Vivi. Probably not going to continue on. To be honest. So
What episode are you on?
3.
That's all it took.
I mean, look, it's not that I'm like against it or anything. It's just like I started watching a couple other things. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna finish these before I finish this.
Last time we talked about it, I brought up a scene about her running through a building.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that scene?
Mm-hmm.
That scene was of no interest to you?
It's not that it's not of interest. It's just other things have pulled my interest away. So it's
not interesting enough, huh?
I mean, for right now, like
That's the situation.
I'm on episode 3.
Uh-huh.
It's not that I'm not gonna finish it. It's just it's not on my, it's not pressing.
Other things are more interesting than this show. That's what
Yeah,
you're saying.
I'm not the type of person. If I watch something, I don't feel like I have any obligation to watch this all the way through. You know what I'm saying? Like if I see the first couple episodes, I'm like, There's been plenty of shows I've done that too, and I'm not saying this is gonna be one of them going forward, but for right now, like
I've dropped a show in my time, but I have a tendency to finish things. If I'm interested enough, I'll definitely finish it. But yeah, Nick, I'm just more disappointed. It only took 3 episodes to know, like, yo, I'm gonna push this to later.
maybe not too much later, but maybe this week. I might watch an episode this week, but we'll
do
see.
what you gotta do.
We'll see.
All right, I'll say this: how do you feel about the communication between characters in this show?
Very weird.
Yeah, they're robots.
Yeah. And that's my thing. It's like I've seen other things do this way better.
Definitely.
Like there's this anime game called Nier Automata, and it's literally kind of this, but just with a lot more action. And it's like there's communication between robots and robots, AIs and AIs. It's like just way better. Like I've seen this just way better. It just doesn't. It seems really stiff in a bad way.
I'll say this: the action in Vivi does get better. The communication, in my opinion, does not.
Yeah, it's not a bad show by any means.
It's definitely not the top of the list.
But yeah, it's not no God of High School, but it's definitely something that I'm not like in love with right now. But we'll see. We'll see.
God of High School just keeps coming up.
What I have been watching and what has fully grasped my attention. This episode, I'm trying to think of the name of it. It is
Rascal is not Dream Bunny.
no.
I'm gonna throw that into a die. That should be.
Horimiya.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Horimiya is a romance anime.
What are the chances?
I don't like romance anime
At all?
I know. I used to talk to a girl who used to like love them. Like, so I've seen enough of them to know I don't like them like that.
Got you.
Like the fruit baskets of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't fuck with those like that.
I think there's some in between that are good, but they gotta have certain things going for them. But
I always said Kaguya-sama was the exception because Kaguya-sama really isn't a romance anime.
it's a comedy anime. It's just dressed up as a romance anime.
Like, I would not be surprised if they never go out because then it's like, what's the show?
I think that's the difference between girlfriend because it's just more romance elements
Right.
than Kaguya-sama. But they're both funny as shit. But continue what you're saying. You found yourself a romance anime that you like.
So yeah, this is a true romance anime.
Word.
I really like this show because it subverts a lot of tropes in these romance anime.
There's a lot of tropes in romance anime.
Yeah, it subverts a lot of those tropes. Like a lot of romance anime, notorious for having a tsundere that's just beyond reality.
I mean, Kaguya-sama is really just two Cinderella's going at it.
But that works because it's making fun of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's a parody
it's
of
got
that.
the parody feel going for it.
This is not like the main character in this, Hori. She is a tsundere, but it's like a realistic. Like I can see her actually existing in the world.
It's a more realistic trope.
Right. All the characters are grounded.
Word.
Every character they introduce, it's like, all right, bet. Like I'm automatically a fan. They've yet to introduce a character. I'm like, I'm not feeling you. Like every single character in the show
Got something going for them.
Something, you know what I'm saying? You might not fuck with them at first, but then they get a compelling plot point. You're like, okay, I'm fucking with you now.
I can fuck with this.
So highly recommended. It is 13 episodes. I'm like halfway through.
When did it come out?
It came out last year, I believe, last season.
That's tough. No wonder no one heard about it. 2020.
Yeah, so it's it's solid, super solid to me. And then I've been watching, or I've been reading. I actually finished Chainsaw Man.
The whole manga?
Whole manga.
Oh, wow.
And
all was done?
Well, it's done and not done. So
Nick, is it done or is it not done?
It's not done.
All right, thank you.
It's done like how when Naruto Part 1 ended.
Thank you for the clarification.
So yeah, it's done for a little bit. I think it's come back next year.
You've caught up.
Yeah. So
there we go.
It is great. I wouldn't say it's like, this seminal classic. It's great. Good read. If you like manga, you probably should just read it. Because I was going to wait for the anime, but once I started reading the manga, this is one of the, just in terms of like the artistry involved, like this is some of the best art I've ever seen in a manga. Maybe second only to Berserk. But the imagery in this manga, like this dude knows how to draw.
Interesting take.
So I'm glad I read it for that reason. It's not like, let's say, with Attack on Titan, where I feel like Attack on Titan's manga is way inferior to the anime. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you ask me how should I consume Attack on Titan, it's like my anime.
You haven't seen Chainsaw Man's anime yet.
I know. I'm saying I probably recommend both of them for this.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? With Attack on Titan, if you ask me what I recommend more, I'm like, yeah, you should probably watch the anime because it's just done way better. Chainsaw Man's manga is done very well. Like every panel, like,
can you make that statement knowing you haven't seen Chainsaw Man's anime though?
Yeah.
Just full confidence.
Because there are panels in Attack on Titan that look incomplete type shit. Where it's like, I'm like, like
it's very bold.
I read the whole thing through.
Very bold to make a statement for something you can't actually compare.
I'll put it like this: Isayama is not the best drawer of some of the great manga drawers. Like, he's not there. Like his art is very unique, but I don't think it's the story is why you're here for Attack on Titan. With some manga, like it might be some shit, but the art is amazing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is one of those where this is like from a masterpiece standpoint, I do think like some of the art is like crazy looking. So if you're a fan of like just reading manga, looking at art and everything, I would highly recommend Chainsaw Man. Great read. Pretty good story too. And that's pretty much what I've been watching.
Media consumption of the week.
So now we're going to do... You want to click it?
I don't know what button it is.
I'm glad you clicked that one. I think it's. We're gonna keep trying. Hold on. Not that one. Wait. This is great content, folks.
Dick. You did it on purpose. It's kind of.
There it is.
You didn't press that already?
No, I didn't.
Top five.
All right, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know. It took a while, but we're
I'm
here.
more disappointed in us than anything.
It's the one bone we didn't press.
There's no way you skipped that on purpose.
We went around.
Ain't no way I went. All right, whatever.
So we're here, y'all.
Are we going straight into top five?
We're going
How
straight.
we gonna do this, Nate?
You got one. I got one.
We doing one each?
One each.
Oh, that's disappointing because I have more than one.
Then should do two. I'll do one.
All right, fuck it. How we doing this then?
You first, then me, then you.
All right, this one for you, Ian. Top 5 NFL quarterbacks right now. I'm settling all debates. Lamar Jackson not on this list. You heard it here first.
That's a bold take.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson is not on this list, bruv.
It's a bold take.
And I don't even think it's that wild. But here we are. Number 1, Patty Mahomes.
Number 5?
Number 1.
Oh, you're talking about
Jesus Christ,
I was
man.
like, Jesus.
If we gonna scrap,
I'm like, you're coming with shots.
If
You're
we're
saying
coming-
Lamar's on the list, Patrick Mahomes number 5. I'm like, whoa, what is
with
this
scraps,
list?
Nick? Look,
Okay, all right, good. All right, we're good.
Relax. You're not
Whoa,
shooting in this club.
whoa. I was like, whoa. I'm like,
Number 1.
I'm like, you just made the 2 boldest takes I've ever heard.
Let's listen here.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Number 1.
Because most niggas don't start with 1. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good, I'm good.
look, number 1, Patty Mahomes. If anyone has questions about that, that's on you. You're tripping. This is where the list gets kind of debatable, but this is my list. Get your own. Number 2, Russell Wilson. My opinion, still one of the best throw of football. The accuracy is unmatched by, if anyone, Patty Mahomes. And look, there's just some things Russ can do that other quarterbacks can't. Number 3, A-Rod. As much as his MVP season, I think if you truly look at the numbers, you'll be impressed. But if you watch the Packers play, very run-first football team, play action heavy, but Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. He's MVP talented, and this MVP was given to the right person. But I don't want everyone to fall in love with the numbers too much. Aaron Rodgers definitely was running that offense masterfully, but just know it's a very potent run offense that allows for other things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, TB12, Tom Brady. You can't ignore the Super Bowl run. You can't ignore the end of the season. I'll say this, that game versus the Packers, he almost lost in that game. But it doesn't matter because he didn't.
Didn't he throw like 4 interceptions?
Throw 4 interceptions. True story. 3 in the second half.
I feel like we're forgotten.
Just completely forgotten.
I really do that. I haven't heard about that since it happened.
Completely forgotten. He went and balled out in the Super Bowl. Don't get it wrong. The Bucks defense kind of locked down the Chiefs.
I low-key did forget about that.
He almost lost them that championship game. Matt
sure.
LaFleur decided to kick a field goal instead of going for it in the red zone. Those are the 2 things that happened. But Tom Brady almost lost him that.
I appreciate you bringing that up.
Nah,
I
that's
feel like
fair
that was
play.
forgotten.
That was very much forgotten. He almost lost in that game. But
was it 4 interceptions?
Yes,
4
but
interceptions.
he had a fantastic end of the season / playoff run. Besides that game, and Tom Brady deserves to be number 4. Whew. Number 5, Josh Allen. If you don't think Josh Allen is there yet, this season is going to prove it to you. But last season was no joke. Number 2 passing offense in the league, only 2 Patty Mahomes, and him and Stephon Diggs got the connection like that. So, I mean, that's my top 5. That's how there really is to it. If you got something to debate, go ahead, leave it in the comments. But I don't think you will. I don't think you're going to say nothing. That's just how I'm feeling. Go ahead, Nick. What's your top 5 for quarterbacks right now?
Number 5, Lamar Jackson. Look, man.
You talk about quarterbacks, Nick. Throw in the football.
We're talking about quarterbacks.
Yes, sir.
Nobody can do what he can do.
That is true. But
Nobody
are we
can do
talking
what he
through the
can do.
air? Or are we talking
And
in
nobody is working with a worse receiving core.
You don't think Marquise Brown is like that?
I mean, look, I respect Hollywood. I respect him. He's a second receiver.
That's a fair point.
So what Lamar does with this team,
Mark Andrews, one of the best receiver tight ends in the league.
he's fine.
It's fine.
He's fine. Like, that's good to have a tight end, but that can't be your offense.
I understand what you're saying, though.
You know, like that. Like, I respect what Lamar does.
With the resources he has.
And look, yes, did he lose to Josh Allen in the, in what was that, the semis?
AFC Championship before it would be, I guess semis. I think
divisional round.
Yep.
So lost in the divisional round. I can't say it was Lamar's fault.
I'm not blaming Lamar for
And I'm not going
L.
to elevate Josh Allen over him based on that.
Look, Josh.
Because who
did
I'd
it.
rather have would be Lamar Jackson, hands down.
Really, Josh
Hell yeah.
Allen's the better quarterback. I'm saying it now.
He's the better thrower of the football. But being a quarterback involves a lot more than that.
Josh
And he has
Allen-
way better weapons. So
Josh-
it's like you can't really grade them the same.
Look
Because
at
he has
Josh
just a better.
Allen's numbers on the ground. I think you'll be impressed.
No, I'm not saying they're anything to poo-poo. I'm saying it's not as good as Lamar.
All right.
And Lamar is working with a lot less talent.
Believe what you want to believe. So number 5, Lamar, huh?
Lamar. And then number four gotta be Deshaun Watson, which is weird.
What did he? Okay.
He had a really good season.
No, I know he did, but we're talking right now. Deshaun Watson might not play football this season.
I mean, does that mean we can't rank him? Like,
No, fair play.
I'm asking, that's a legit question. Like, can we not rank him
I'll
due
say
to
this. I'm not prepared to rank somebody in terms of like a season about to start, and you might not play.
that? If
this
I
season.
don't rank him, then Josh Allen is 5 and Lamar's 4. If I don't rank him,
But if Deshaun Watson is in this ranking, he still's 4.
then Josh Allen is booted out the top 5. If Josh Allen's 6, no matter what. To me.
Got you. I see what you're saying.
If I just remove Deshaun,
If Deshaun no problems was playing football this season, he's
Josh
4.
Allen's top 5 quarterback.
No, I said if he is.
If he is, Josh Allen 6.
Got you. All right, let's go with let's.
I'm not gonna disrespect Josh Allen.
Nah, let's pretend Deshaun is playing.
So Deshaun's number 4 for me.
Wow. All right, he did that much last season, huh?
Hey, you're working with nothing.
No,
and
he
you had a
hooped.
career
He
season.
absolutely hooped. I'm not arguing with that.
You know, like
He absolutely hooped.
now we're not speaking about everything else that happened.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going
and
on.
that's why his spot is debatable
Yeah,
because
fair play.
I
That
take him
is-
out completely.
No,
if he can't
that's
play.
why. Look, I hear what you're saying. I don't know if he makes top 5 for me anyway, but he did
Okay.
have a fantastic season. I'm not.
I
arguing
would
with
just preferably have him over Josh Allen or Lamar. You know,
Alright.
I just preferably have him.
Josh.
He does a lot of to me. He's a better version of Josh Allen because he has that accuracy and he can run a little bit.
I think Josh Allen's arm is what really separates because Josh Allen will throw it the full length of the field if he has to.
He's like a Matt Stafford that can run.
I think he's got a better arm than Matt Stafford, but I'll leave that out there.
Really, a better on the run?
That nigga has a
maybe
fuck-
now. Okay, maybe now
Fucking
Matt Stafford.
cannon.
I don't know when
Prime Matt
when
Stafford-
Megatron was there and
Look,
stuff. I
that's
don't know.
different debate.
Bruh.
We're debating timelines, but
Yeah.
Matt, right now, Josh Allen might have the best.
Right now, I'll
arm
give it to you. Right now, I'll give it to you.
Besides
I'll give it to you right
Mahomes, besides Mahomes, I don't know.
now. I don't know if Mahomes is as strong. It's just Mahomes is so strong and accurate.
I think
that
that's why
you
I'll
have to
leave
say
it
it's the
there.
best arm
Yeah,
by
I'm not
default,
arguing with it. I'm
But
not
like,
arguing
if you
with it.
ask
Go
me,
ahead,
like,
go ahead,
if they're
sir.
just throwing the football down the field,
Josh
I think
Allen
Josh
might
Allen's
get it
probably
farther.
getting farther. Yeah.
Josh Allen might get it farther. But
So
that-
yeah. So
number
Deshaun's
four,
number 4
Deshaun.
if we count him.
without charges.
Number 3, yeah. There we go.
Deshaun without
Great
charges.
differentiation. Great one. Number 3 is Aaron Rodgers.
MVP A-Rod.
I can't hate on Aaron Rodgers, man.
It's
Aaron
very
Rodgers
difficult.
is one of the greats. He had one of his best seasons last year.
If not his best.
I didn't like how the season ended because
I can't blame
because
him.
if you are the MVP, this is you have a home game in Lambeau Field.
I don't
you
think-
have everything you need.
I don't think he was allowed to make the call to say, let's not kick the field
It
goal.
shouldn't even got to that. Like, but
Fair
we
play.
can talk about that, of course.
That
I
decision.
agree with you. That's all coaching, all
Mhm.
coaching. But it was at that point.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady threw 4 interceptions.
Tom Brady did try to hand
All
that
that
game.
was not due to LaFleur. All that was like you had failed to convert 3 straight times before that.
The Bucks defense was looking mighty nice at that
They
point
were,
in time,
and
though.
they were elite defense.
Absolutely
They're a timely
balling.
defense.
Absolutely balling, bro.
I can't forget about it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Fair
Like,
play.
and Tom Brady threw
went
4
out quiet.
interceptions and still won. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn. You know?
A-Rod did go out quiet at the end of the season. Okay.
Yeah. So
But I'll say this.
it's close between 2 and 3
the
for
Bucks,
sure.
the Bucks had the best run defense in the league, and the Packers, like I said to start off this, a very run focused team. So when that
Yeah.
situation happened, the game plan had to change.
And they lost their
fair
left tackle.
that happened. Yep, he's still hurt actually.
Yeah, he tore his ACL, I think.
I think he's come back sooner than expected. That's a separate topic. Separate. He had it at 3. A-Rod.
Yeah. So 2, Tom. You can't. That's what he did last year is one of the most impressive things you can ask a quarterback to do. Like, I don't know any quarterback that could have done what he did last year. Because the amount of leadership it takes to do that.
No, I mean, look, you would only know if you plug somebody else in. But to take COVID, pretty much no offseason, new team, new playbook, new offensive style. My man did it off almost flawlessly, except for that 4 picks he threw. But we'll leave that alone.
Yeah. I mean, look, And they had a rocky start because
My man definitely had the little fourth quarter
they
debacle.
like. In what world is it fair to give Tom Brady, who didn't have this team in training camp at all, really, and you put him against the Saints? That was wild. Still to this day, I'm like, yo, that is dirty.
He had to play somebody.
He had to play somebody, of course, but Jesus.
They played twice
They
a year.
destroyed, like, the defense tore them apart. I was like, that is cruel.
I'll say this. Shout out to the
It's
Bucks
almost
defense.
as bad as them doing that to the Cowboys this year, too. I'm
Shout
like,
out
damn,
to the
that
Bucks
sucks.
defense for absolutely glowing up throughout the season because they were not the defense they started with was not the defense they finished with. Absolutely glue up.
Yeah, I just thought that like they had a very average beginning to the season, and then I remember I think it was around the Bears game when they lost to Nick Foles.
It's already you know what timeouts? Yeah,
Yeah.
timeouts. Yeah,
That was the last time where I saw this team look anything less than elite.
the Chiefs game. Tyreek Hill blew it for 200 yards on them. Won that half.
That's true. That did happen.
That happened.
That did happen.
But after that, I didn't see it. That's simple. I
They
didn't see
won
it
like
win.
6 straight games.
Yeah, literally after that game, they didn't lose technically.
Yeah. Okay.
They
That's
didn't
the right
lose a
timeline.
game after that Chiefs game.
That's the right
They
timeline.
literally won the Super Bowl straight off.
That's the right timeline. So
Yep.
yeah, it was like and even then when I count the Bears, I think they lost like one. That was the only game they lost from that point. Which like it's the Chiefs, so it's like it makes sense. That was an impressive playoff run, except for the 4 interceptions, as we said. So I got to give it to Tom Brady number 2.
Fans won the game. Can't argue with that.
So number 1, of
Russ-
course,
Russ isn't in the top 7 or isn't in the top 6.
PZ7.
Tough world out here, man.
Look, man,
There was MVP talks for Russ last season.
what's
This season got
I
cold.
feel like in like maybe game 4.
Russ started hot. Like
Yeah, and then he
hot.
cooled the fuck off.
things happened, but yeah, no, it definitely. The season didn't end it out start, but there was definitely some MVP calls for Russ.
Look, man, I think Russ has the potential to be anywhere on this list.
Fair play.
But if you're asking me right now, like he's 7.
Got you. All right,
Because I
number
think
one.
Josh Allen had a better season than him.
Number 1, Nick.
I already said it. Mahomes.
Patty Mahomes.
I mean,
Confirmed.
look, man,
There's no argument.
you can't.
There's no
There's
argument.
no argument. Like what he's gotten better,
Yeah, he keeps getting better, and Loki's already been the best.
and he lost to the fucking Bucks. It's like could it have been a closer game? Sure, but a lot of things happened in that game where it was just like
Pretty sure.
kind of out of his control. They lost their tackle too.
The only person to beat Patty Mahomes in the playoffs is Tom Brady.
Hmm.
And the Patriots before he won the Super Bowl. And then this last year
You are right.
to Tom Brady.
You are right.
That is a scary stat.
You are right.
That is a fucking scary stat. That's all I'm saying. The only person
And
that ever
I'm not
beat
gonna
Patty.
hold you. Like if it's the Chiefs Bucks this year, I'm not saying they take it out, but I think it's a closer game.
Oh, if Patty Mahomes' offensive line is healthy, it's a whole different
yeah, I'm
game.
saying
It's a
like
whole
'cause
different
that really
game.
was the difference in the whole game. That's a whole. As big of a Tom Brady fan as I was sitting there like, yo,
God,
this
bless.
was as great of a run as this is also very fortunate.
Oh,
as
for
well.
sure.
It was very
for sure.
Giannis-esque in terms of how fortunate it was, you know.
Ahead of his time.
Right,
That is
so
funny.
yeah, I think our top 5s aren't too much different.
There's
I think
definitely
we just
some
highly
debate.
disagree
Hey,
about
hey,
Russell
bruh.
Wilson.
If y'all listening to this, y'all better head to YouTube, head to them comments where we're going to clip this up by itself, and y'all better put out your opinions, because I know I'm right, and they're going to figure out the hard way. That's all I'm saying.
He'll learn he's wrong. It's all good.
Hey,
y'all.
Nick, I'm pretty sure
He'll come to his senses.
I
y'all.
sent you somebody who agreed with me during the week, and you didn't like what you read, but I'll just leave that alone.
I just saw a whole bunch of wrong statements.
Nick, if 100 people agree with me, they all wrong.
Yeah.
What's your top 5, Nick?
My top 5 is. Matter of fact, you do your second one.
Nick.
Do your second one.
Nick.
Do your second one.
All right, Nick. That was really left field for me. All right. We're going to break this into something a little different. I told you we are going to talk about soccer. So now we're going to talk about some soccer. This is top 4. And look, we're going to break this out. Let me ask something. I'm going to give you top 4 predictions, who I think's going to win the league,
Mm-hmm.
and who's going to win the Golden Boot.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to give you. All right, so here we go. Number 1, title winners for this upcoming season, 2020. We're talking about the Prem, by the way. If you don't know what we're talking about the Premier League. Top 4. Number 1, Chelsea. Number 2, Manchester United. Number 3, Manchester City. Number 4, Liverpool. That's my top 4. What I say, title winners too? Obviously, number 1, Chelsea, title winners. And who's going to score the most goals this season? Oof. We're going Bruno Fernandes. He started the season with a hat trick, and I can only see him get more unless he gets hurt. So Bruno Fernandes, Golden Boot, champions, Chelsea, top 4, Chelsea, United. That's top 4. Go ahead, Nick. It's on
Okay.
you.
Okay. Number 1, Spurs.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh that loud.
Hey, man. Hey, man, when you're a homer, you're a homer.
Nick, you don't have to do this.
When you're a homer, bro, you're a homer, bro.
All right,
and
what's-
Kane, I trust.
I don't even think you fully understand the situation, do you?
No,
Harry Kane's trying to leave.
that's all good. We'll get it together.
We'll get it together.
We'll get it together.
Look, Nick can be right. Who knows?
We'll get it together. We'll see.
Number 1, Spurs. Number 2.
Number 2, Chelsea.
Oh, I like that.
You know what I'm saying? I respect greatness. I respect it.
We do look like that.
Number 3, United.
They could be good this year. No cap. They could really be good this year. Number 4.
Number 4, City.
This is simple. All right,
You know
and
what I'm
then
saying?
we're going. So you obviously think Spurs are going to win a title.
I
Their
do.
first. You know this will be their first title in their
You know
history.
what's the difference?
What's the
I'll
difference?
be watching this year. That's the difference.
Nick, this is going to come full circle, and we're going to be very weak.
Legend has it that I tuned into some Milwaukee Bucks games this year. You know, so let's see if I can bring that good luck around.
Legend has it. We're talking about you.
Yeah, don't put it like that. Don't put it like that.
All right. Who do you think is going to score the most goals this season?
Like in the Premier? Or
In the
no?
Prem. In the Prem. Lead the league in scoring, per se.
Lukaku's on United. right?
Chelsea.
On Chelsea?
He's
Yeah.
on Chelsea now. You going Lukaku? Wow. All right. Bold take. I didn't even want to pick Lukaku, and I'm a Chelsea fan. But all right, that is
I like that man.
short. Look, I respect it. Respectable take. That is long term, short term. That is top 4 for the Prem. We're gonna check back on these predictions, especially Knicks. I would love to see Spurs win the title. Not really. Chelsea gonna win it. But
That's your top 4?
that's the top 4.
All right.
That's the second top 5. It's all yours, Nick.
All right. So I wanted you because I know you had a sports win as
Word.
well.
It's
So
yeah. They're back to back
I'm
sports.
moving from sports to music.
Actually. Oof.
I want you to give me your top 5 Lil Wayne projects. If you need to pull out the phone,
No, I'm definitely going to, but I honestly already have the top.
yeah, that's gonna be hard. It needs to be ordered.
Obviously,
That's gonna be
yeah.
hard. That's gonna be
Alright,
hard.
but I kind of already assumed that. Here we go, people. Here we go. Jesus, this is intense. I wasn't prepared to do this.
Hey man, brought the heat, bruh.
No, these are the hard questions, Nick.
Brought the good stuff for the guest episode. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, leave that be, please. We're never gonna let this go. We aren't. I gotta.
There's 13 of these hoes.
No, nigga.
And the thing is, like,
we're talking
do
about.
you want to add the mixtapes?
Nigga, we have to because No Ceilings is gonna be in this list. So that means
Here's
I gotta
the thing.
throw in
Do
the dedications.
we want to do a mixtape ranking and then a album
no.
ranking? 'Cause
It's
that's
just
all,
top
we're,
5.
We're
You
talking
asked-
about 38. We're talking about 38
You asked for
things.
my top 5 Lil Wayne projects, Nick. I'm gonna have to rank these bitches.
All right.
You asked for this, and No Ceilings was never not gonna make this cut. So at this point, you pretty much just asked me to just read off every chapter of the Bible at this point. I don't know, bro. This
Damn,
is too
nigga.
much. Like, yo,
Every chapter of the Bible.
hey man, at least the Old Testament.
Shit.
But fuck, bro. Let's just start here. Lil Wayne has a fucking discovery. Can we just acknowledge that before we start this?
You said
list?
discovery?
He's got a real fucking discovery, like
Discography.
discography. Thank you. Good God.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Thank God.
I was like, what did he discover?
Hey, bro.
Yeah,
My man discovered the beauty of
threw me
rap.
off, bro.
Discovery of beautiful bars,
Yo,
bro.
you
But
threw
discography.
me.
Thank God. I was really
I wasn't even trying to be rude. I was
Nah,
like, what
bro.
do you mean?
I misused the fuck out of
All
that.
right,
You
all
gotta
right,
call
we-
it how you see it.
We good.
Discography. Jesus. I was saying discovery. I said it like 6 times too.
Have you said that like outside the podcast?
I
too?
probably have, honestly.
That's hilarious.
Damn. This is look.
It's tough, man.
No, if we're being real, it's between the Carter 3 and No Ceilings for 1, and I'm really just stuck on who's getting 1. But
No Ceilings 3?
No Ceilings 1. The
Oh.
Carter 3
Oh, okay.
is what's fighting it.
I was like, is there a No Ceilings 3?
There is actually.
I thought it was No Ceilings 2.
There's No Ceilings 3 2020.
I can only imagine what that was.
I'm
Think
sure it
Obama is 60.
had a bop here. What did that come up?
Yeah, CNN just sent it to me. Fucking CNN.
All right, happy birthday to Obama. All right. Number 1, the Carter 3. There's really no words for Carter 3, bro. Like this, I can probably say at a time in my life I've rapped this whole tape bar for bar, and that's if that doesn't mean something to you. I mean, we could list what's on it, but I mean every song at a certain point had me singing, rapping. Yeah, we gonna leave it at that. But
Fair enough.
just believe the Carter 3 is probably one of the better rap albums, in my opinion, just period. That's how much I love that project. But number 2, No Ceilings. This was a close to number 1. Really close to number 1. Like, I absolutely love No Ceilings till I die. Now, I'll probably play No Ceilings for my kids. No cap. That's just how passionately I feel about No Ceilings.
What age?
I'm assuming at early youth because they won't remember anything, so I won't be too judgmental. But
Oh, you gonna play it to like your 8-year-old son?
hey, bro, I'm gonna play it when it comes up. That's just the situation. They gonna hear it when they hear it.
That's hilarious.
Fuck. Now we just kind of let's get that. The Carter 2.
Mm-hmm.
Carter 2 definitely, yeah. That gets 3. Another good listen. I feel like I don't want to force this, but I want to put one of the dedications in here because can I just put like the
Like it's a force.
It is a force,
it's a
but I
force.
love like the dedication is.
I feel like they're better in name than actual. Like,
Now, hear me out. If we were to list a single dedication, it wouldn't make the top 5. But the dedication installment needs honorable
you know what?
mentions.
If you want to, I'll allow you to do just like dedication.
No.
Like that's fine. It's memorable. It's a memorable part of his career. I can't argue that.
The dedication series number 4. Just the
I do the same thing.
the
Wherever I
craft,
rank it, yeah, I put
the
you.
craft that he put in with DJ Drama in the dedication tapes.
More so the first 3 than the last.
Yeah, we'll leave it. I'll say this: Lil Wayne is probably one of the few rappers that, even though he's up there, I guess not a lot of rappers get better with time, but he hasn't, and you just gotta acknowledge it. But god damn it, when he was good, he was great. I mean, absolutely fantastic.
His
But
career literally is. And then it comes back up a little bit.
He reached the peak, and
it's like it's up here for the peak, and then it comes a little up again. You know,
he's still one of the greatest rappers right now. For me, the greatest rapper alive. So we're just gonna leave that is. But the dedication series is number 4, and we'll throw in 5. Someone's gonna feel disrespected, but this had an actual like. It's probably not the 5th best quality project, but it truly hit me in a point in my life where I was fucking with it, and it's I Am Not a Human Being.
I thought you were about to say Rebirth. I was like, you motherfucker. Okay.
You know what's crazy? I really tried to like Rebirth. I was like, fuck it, we rock fans now.
I'll say this: I don't hate it. I don't think I can ever hate it.
It's got some songs I really fuck with, and some of them just like, why did
There's
you
some
do
are
this?
like, what is this? But yeah, there's some hits on there. But yeah,
I am not a human being.
Two or
Funny
one?
enough, no, first one.
with gonorrhea and shit.
Yeah. Motherfucking, I'm single. Technically, is on 2 tracks, but I'm single was on this. I'm single was also on No Ceilings. Crazy enough, I didn't know that.
I never consider it part of I Am because like I heard like that was on the mixtape. That was on the mixtape I heard. That's on No Ceilings?
That is on. It's on No Ceilings. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that's where I first heard that shit.
Yeah,
It's
but it's also on I Am Not a Human Being. For some reason, I liked it more on this one, which makes no sense at all. But at the time in life, I was fuck with. I was chilling. I'm single. Gonorrhea. Hold up with you. I could sing with you for hours. That was one of Drake's best hooks. Let's just talk about that. Bro, he killed that. And yeah, Bill Gates. I mean, look, Popular might not be everyone's song.
That's a great song.
Little Twist, motherfucker, fuck that song up, bro.
That's not, he's not on Bill Gates, is he?
No, Popular.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't like that song. That's one song I don't like on
Lil
that's
Twist,
a pretty solid Lil Wayne project. Not the worst.
It's not. I don't think it might be the 5th best quality, but it snuck in there for me. That's just mine. But you've heard it. If I gotta listen again, I'll listen again. Motherfucking Carter 3, No Ceilings, the first one. The Carter 2, whole dedication mixtape series, which is Cheating, but I Don't Care. And number 5, I Am Not a Human Being.
Fair enough.
Top 5 Lil Wayne projects. Get it. Oh, that took too long.
Honorable mention for me. The Leak.
Respectable.
That when that dropped, that's all I listened to.
For that era?
For a long time, for at least like a couple months. Because it was before Carter 3 dropped.
Got you.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
that gave you the
Those
feel.
5 songs I know by heart. I love all of them. Me is my favorite. Man, So yeah, that's definitely honorable. I can't. It's not a whole project, so I can't put it anywhere.
But honorable mention.
As a collection of songs, honorable
Nick,
mention.
I'm tell you this right now. I did not time this.
It's all
Forgot
good.
again.
It's all good. Number 5, the Carter 5, and it's not just for the 5. It's a solid project to me. Like I really do like.
I'm happy it came out. I really am.
And it wasn't. It could have been ass. You know what I'm saying? It could have easily been ass.
There was a time period.
It's not that.
I didn't think he was gonna drop good music again, and the Carter 5 kind of restored that hope that he still got it. So I hear you.
Yeah, I like it's too long, too damn long.
It's too damn
way
long.
too damn long.
But God damn it, it's a good project.
Good project. Number 5.
Got you.
Number 4, the Drought 3. The Drought 3. It's because look, No Ceilings I think is better, but just like barely. You know what I'm saying? Just barely.
Got you.
Because the Drought 3. Let me just
got some bangers.
Let me just like he had. This is the one with Black Republicans with Joel Santana. I mean, the upgrade, like bruh. He had fucking the We Taking Over when he did the remix of that shit. It's just so. He had the top back jump where he's rapping on the. Like he had so many great, and I think that's the first time where he did it like that. I think that's the first. I think the Dedication series, it was mix of like original songs and songs he was rapping over. Yeah. That's the first time, and it was, and the songs he was rapping over weren't like the big popular songs.
You're just taking beats, whatever.
Right. This was. I'm taking the top songs on the Billboard charts, and I'm just rapping over these. Yep. I'm gonna sound better.
Damn, Lil Wayne, you got it.
Man, Drought 3. Number 3 is the Carter 2. That was the first time I fell in love with his music.
I think that's a fair. I think I'd heard his music and I fucked with it. But I think I'm what you with. That was the first time where it's like, yeah, I'm a Lil Wayne fan, hands down, no question.
And it has multiple songs that I put on my all-time Lil Wayne list. My favorite, and might have my favorite Lil Wayne song, Hustler Music.
God, shit, that's a bop.
That's a bop. Like that song is time. That's a timeless song. I feel like some songs sound timeless, but the beats kind of age them a little bit.
Word.
That song truly is timeless. Like I feel like you could play that song 10 years from now, 15 years from now, and it's still a bop.
I might have to play that for my kids after I play No Ceilings.
For sure. Number 2 is No Ceilings. Okay, man. No Ceilings is a moment in his career that was interesting because
mixtape.
It came out at his prime. That's the thing. Like all these other things we're talking about came out while he was either
on the come up,
or on the downhill.
What are we talking, like 2006 to 2009 ish?
Like I Am Not a Human Being, I felt like the start of the downhill.
So 2006, 2010.
Yeah, like that little period where it's like I'm the best rapper alive thing.
It was clear.
Yeah.
Questions.
And No Ceilings came out like right after Carter 3. Yep. While he's still riding the high of the Carter 3.
I mean, the bars on there were flawless, man. I mean, I was a kid. I was just saying the words.
It starts off so well. It might have the best start to an album.
Ice Cream Paint Job, right? To start?
No. It's Swag Surfing.
There it is. Yeah,
that's right. One of my favorite Wayne. Like, that probably is my favorite Wayne freestyle. Like, because it's like, I don't even care about the original Swag Surfing song.
He absolutely made that song
his
own.
Like, that's the perfect example. Because I feel like some of the other songs, like, no, it's like Lil Wayne's version is great, but it's still like, they're still great songs.
He absolutely took Ice Cream Paint Job.
That's true, too. That's also on it, you know what I'm saying? That's the next song.
That's why I thought it was the intro for some reason.
So it's like those two songs, like, I don't even remember how the original versions of those sound.
I kind of remember the original Ice Cream Paint Job, but let's be real, Lil Wayne.
I know Swag Surfing a little bit, because people like to perform that at parties and stuff. That's the only reason why. But unless I'm forced to hear it, it's like, I wouldn't remember that. Lil Wayne took that song.
It just know it takes a lot to do a song so well that people think it's yours now. Like that concept. That takes a lot. You really gotta kill that song.
He killed
twice as good.
He killed everything. There was another one on there.
Murdered that fucking tape.
He did a Gucci song there, I think, too. That was really good. That album has a whole bunch of things. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the name now.
But I love that song too. Fuck. Something.
I like this beat.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, exactly. That one.
I forget the name. I don't know why. I love that song.
It's I Think I Love Her. Is that what the Wayne version called too? I Think I Love Her? I think that's what it is. Please. Fact check.
It was because of Chanel's verse.
That's all I have. Yeah, I forgot about that. Even the worst song on here I still love. Wayne on Me.
Oh, for sure. And I feel like that's just because it didn't fit the mood of like everything else. But I played
The
that
person
song.
who sung that hook did a really good
Oh, for
job.
sure. I'll play that song at the right time. It just doesn't fit like a lot of moods. It's a very slow down piece. But nah, I mean, still a good song, honestly. Sweet Dreams. Absolutely. Nicki Minaj fucking. Ooh.
That was a great. I like that original song too, the Beyonce song. But yeah, it's.
To add Nicki and Lil Wayne on it, it absolutely icing cake.
I'm gonna have to listen. Man, I'm gonna have to listen to this.
What's your number one, Nick?
What'd you think?
Guess.
Carter 3, nigga.
The Carter 3.
What you mean, nigga? What you mean, nigga? Carter 3, bro.
It is really
Carter
impressive.
3 was a moment, bro.
That was a time.
That was a moment. Like, I don't know if any album has been hyped up the way that album was.
It delivered.
And delivered. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there have been albums that have been hyped up. I feel like Drake's first album was hyped up like that.
I didn't know about it like that. True story.
At the time,
We're
I
talking
remember.
about Take Care?
No, Thank
we're
You
talking,
Later.
yeah, that's what I thought. No, I didn't know
That
about
album
it
was pretty hyped up too. And it didn't deliver the same way. It wasn't bad, but it didn't deliver like the Carter. The Carter 3 was hyped up for like 3 years.
And absolutely delivered.
Came out and took over.
I mean,
The
track
worst
after track.
songs on there are better than the vast majority of like niggas' best songs.
True story. I mean,
I think Got Money's probably the worst song
He
on
had
there.
the Got Money video was lit as fuck. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
everything he did was to a T.
Lala's a little. Lala is like, that's the one where I'm like, I'm not playing that back anymore.
My man had Lollipop.
At the time, I played that like all the time.
Oh
though.
my god, Lollipop, are y'all for real?
That's the one that started it all.
That was a fucking
Lollipop's still probably one of his biggest songs,
true story.
which is weird because people don't play that song anymore. You
I
know?
mean,
kind of faded off, but
it was for that era for sure.
it's truly a song made in that era for that era.
It fit. It stayed where it
But I
needed to
will
stay.
say, Kanye killed that remix.
Oh, for sure, no question.
That's on the deluxe version of the album.
Even mentioned so much.
I mean, hell, like Dr. Carter, Mr. Carter, God,
My man,
God, like,
absolutely slaughtered.
3P.
Yeah, no, that is a project.
That's an intro. That's an intro. If it wasn't for Swag Surfing, it'd be my favorite Wayne intro.
Agreed, honestly.
And then you got we just go.
We didn't even mention the Millie. I don't think we have to. That
we don't.
it was
assumed.
That was a genuine.
That might be the best rap single ever. And I really don't think I'm being hyperbolic with that.
It like the
because it's a single and it was popular, but it wasn't like a mainstream. It doesn't have like that hook,
the clout
chorus, hook. You know what I'm saying?
that
Verse and everything. It doesn't have that.
The clout that got, like the momentum it got. Honestly, there probably is a song, but I can't remember a song grabbing the attention like it did and running with. Because like I said, there's no hook. There's no
the hook is literally the beat.
It's
like he just stops rapping and the beat becomes the hook.
No,
it's so simple. It's genius. And if any song ever does that, it's like a milli copy.
You gotta understand genius when you see it. The craft, all of it. I mean, the video. Everyone loved the song.
The video is him walking around the Got Money video,
just literally rapping it.
Like,
just literally rapping the song, bro. And honestly, yeah, we're gonna sit here all day talking about the
Miss
Carter
Officer.
I about to say Phone
Home.
Home.
Phone Home's great too, yeah.
But
Miss Officer's a big. That's one of his bigger songs too, and it's like that's just one of.
I think that's just because it got commercial, but like at the end of the day, the whole tape, man, the whole tape.
Even then, like besides Got Money, I feel like every song in and of itself has like kind of a concept to it. It's smarter than the average like trap rap album. You know what I'm saying?
Smarter than the average bear.
Type shit.
Hey, bro, we gonna sit here and talk about this forever. That's your top 5, Dick.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's one song we didn't bring up. Let the Beat Build.
Oh fuck, that's
that questionably is the best song on the whole album.
Look, we gonna have to debate
Kanye, bro.
Fantastic beat, fantastic song. I don't know if I can say best song on the whole album, but I truly love that song.
It has an argument. I feel like every song besides Got Money has an argument.
Got you.
I don't think anybody like
Got Money's just a good song.
It's a good song.
We
But
all
it's not up there with this album.
I'm not gonna put that in the same place Millie is.
But man, yeah. So no debate here. I knew our top 5s were not going to be too drastically different, but
I could have said some left field shit.
I feel like our next would be top 5 worst Lil Wayne albums. That's an interesting topic too. That's an interesting topic.
Don't gotta do all that.
One day, maybe episode 100. So
Like, what episode are we even on in total?
In total, I think we're like 18 or 19.
Really? First season, how many episodes?
Actually,
9?
no, less than that.
Yeah, I'm about to say first
Maybe like 13, 14.
Sure.
First season had 9. We're at 5.
What happened to episode 1 on YouTube?
We're getting there.
All right,
Getting
then.
there. I'm the editor, and sometimes I lose files. I have to find them.
I do not like the sound of that. Look, it is what it is, ain't it?
It is what it is. We'll figure it out. Episode 1 is still up on podcast services.
You can still listen to it.
You can still listen to it, but watching it, we'll see.
We'll see.
These video files be 20 gigs, y'all. So keeping them around is sometimes like a little challenging.
On everything, this might actually be our shortest episode.
It might just be. It's due to a specific reason that we've addressed already. But I think it's a blessing in disguise because, this is our shortest episode. I think we have some good content.
Shout out to the reason why.
Shouts out to the reason why. You know who you are, what you are.
Hey. You know what you should do, Nick? Drop the beat.
Will do.
There it is.
Love it, surgical.